at the snow line. And that's a good thing. Heading to a friend's house to finish his solar system today. Because now that our snow has finally come, his power usually goes out. It'd be nice to get it finished so that they can use it. So Gibbs is happy to come along and play with his best friend. Yeah, getting some snow up on top for sure. There's one home up here. We're almost to the end of the power line over at this end. And there's one home here that is on solar. Actually two. There's a grape vineyard between me, and we're down here on the river. And they've got solar. Beautiful southern exposure here too. Bunch of wild turkeys there. Plenty to eat. That is a fact. And here we are. We're just sitting below the snow line, just so pretty. Isn't that great? Looks like all the snow slid off of his solar panels already. See if we can get this hooked up today. Right now, the only thing that system's doing is powering his water heater. See if we can get her the rest of the way. Here we are, and the plan is to take the solar system that is installed out at the barn, and there's a junction box right behind here. There's an on-demand water heater right there. And we're going to pick up that circuit from the inverter right through there, bring it through the wall, and put an outlet or two here. One for the refrigerator, one for the countertop, and then take this lighting circuit, and all of the lights up here are LED. And so we'll take the lighting in the kitchen, the refrigerator, and the kitchen countertops are going off grid. Show you how it goes. Well, looks like we got a little snow. Not much. That's good. I don't have to wipe it off the solar panels for this test. I am sorry about the shaky camera today. Now here's the solar power system. And right now it's handling the loads fine in the house. Batteries are in float. And when this breaker is off, it switches over to the solar system, so his kitchen and his water heater run on the solar power. If I flip this back on, then the power, grid power, is going to take over and charge this battery bank through the inverter. So if he wants to exercise his batteries, he's going to turn that breaker off, and then he'll start using some of the batteries. But the sun will have to be not shining as it is right now, because it's handling the loads just fine. So we just tested the water heater and the lighting in the kitchen, and the countertop plugs are all now either or. The power goes out, automatically switches over, his refrigerator and his lights and his water heater stay powered on. And so I'm going to do a load test on the refrigerator. So I can turn that light off, doesn't need to be on. And the load test for the fridge will be a good one, because he bought a new high efficiency refrigerator, but it's in the pantry. He hadn't installed it yet. He was waiting for me to do everything, all the other electrical things first. And so if this will power up the refrigerator, the old refrigerator on that inverter, we're looking good. But it is a 2500 watt inverter, so you should be able to do laundry and everything with it. Just a beautiful place. Been here since 71, I think. So Dad installed this water heater for him, and it's just like mine, and it's running right now and doing just fine. And so we did that part of the load test. I guess I can go turn the water off. And so I'm going to hook up right here on the junction box that actually goes in. And yeah, I know that elbow right there is not something I would have installed, but they ran the wire over here for me, and I'll work with what they got. In here, and that's running perfect. Happy day. It looks like when the water heater is actually running, it was using about 4 amps, but the solar, even on an overcast day, was keeping up just fine. So there's the controller for the water heater. And the nice thing about these on-demand water heaters that you mount outside, they have a heater circuit in them, and if they start to freeze, it just keeps them just slightly above freezing with a heater element. And the element is about, I don't know, 16, 18 watts, something like that. So that was the original reason for putting in the system, is so that he didn't freeze up his water heater when the power went down. So now this outlet is solar or grid power. And then this circuit, just this lighting circuit right now, is solar or grid power. And that's really all he wanted. Go ahead and hit the switch on the skill saw.
Okay, you want me to turn?
Yep. Leave it on. I'm not very smart. I'm so used to doing DC. I have it on the wrong one. It looks better now. I've got 1.5 amps maintaining the lights and the water heater. And now I'm on the right setting. Go ahead and hit it, Ed. Okay, so the solar system is handling a 10 amp skill saw, and so it'll definitely start a refrigerator. Okay, we've got 15.5 amps running right now, so the refrigerator turned on. Of course, that's 15.5 amps DC. So go ahead and fire it up. The solar is pulling in. That's out. Right now it's producing 51 amps, 670 watts, okay? So it's handling the refrigerator and the skill saw on solar. So if the sun's shining, you're golden. And everything's full.
So I can run power tools if I need to,
yep.
one at a time.
Yep.
I can run washing machine.
Right. And right now your refrigerator's running, so
And it won't
a small load
tax my system at all.
medium load on your washer. If you got a full load full of jeans, then
We never do full loads.
if you do, you just want to unplug your refrigerator because it's 2500 watt inverter. So yeah, just be bearing with what you do with those heavy loads. But we just put it in its worst case scenario. It's running the water heater, it's running the lights in the kitchen, it's running a larger refrigerator than we're going to be having, and a skill saw. Of course, the skill saw is not buried in a 4x4 with a dull saw blade where the amps would go up, but we just simulated a worst case scenario, and if the sun's shining, you're golden.
Hallelujah.
We are a commissioned system. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Well, that was kind of nice. The storm is just about here, and we had enough sunlight to load test everything. And Gibbs and I are done. You can see the snow line is just above us. So we're in pretty good shape. It's nice to not have to do it in the snow. And it looks like the snow is creeping down the mountain. Have a blessed day. Well, it looks like Greg Roberts at Rogue Weather was right. The storm was about 5 hours late. And it just got here. Happy day. Looks pretty dry. It's just bouncing off the warm windshield, so that means when the sun comes out, it'll all go away. Well, looks like I got home just in time to tuck it in. That was so nice having just enough sun to do a load test on the system. And got old Bailey standing outside with her wind to the back, or back to the wind. And she hates the sound of snow hitting the roof. She'll get over it. Perfect. It's probably going to start sticking now. Happy day. I should have had that system done months ago, and I still haven't installed the solar panels on Dad's yet. But we're getting there. Oh, we got some food to take up to the ranch tomorrow night. See what we got. Oh, onions, 2 big boxes of onions, and some bread, some pears. Oh, they're gonna love it. What are you doing out there, Snowflake? Come on. Have a good day, folks.